What's cracking, everybody? We're back at the home court, Middletown Skate Park. Today I'm going to give you guys the keys to holding your slides and grinds. One of my favorite things about holding slides and grinds is just that I feel like it shows another level of control that you have over your skateboard. I feel like it also helps when you show up at that spot that's like a ledge over grate or a ledge over grass or some sort of distance that you have to slide. It's good to know how to go about that. A few of the main things is just your speed, how waxed up the ledge is going to be, the angles you take at the ledge, how high the ledge is, and how high you can pop. You need to be able to get onto the ledge properly on top of the ledge if you're trying to slide for a long period of time or grind for a long period of time. You want to make sure it's waxed up properly so that when you do get in, it just slides nice and smooth and you can carry your momentum further without having to really force it through. You want to make sure you're going at the proper speed, something that will actually get you from point A to point B. If you're going too slow and just trying to like creep your way, it's going to be a lot harder than if you have proper speed, being able to get up on top and letting the speed kind of glide you across the waxed ledge. And then you got to think about the ledge height and the amount of pop that you have, right? So if it's a super tall ledge, it's going to be hard to get up on top of that ledge and be able to take it for the distance. You might be trying to poke the trick up there, trying to get on top, but it's just, you can't get all the way on top because you don't have enough pop. So you want to make sure whatever kind of ledge you're trying to skate is within your height range, something that you can get fully on top of, you know you have the pop for it, and you know that you're super comfortable with the trick you're doing. That's the next portion of it. Every single trick that you're trying to slide or grind for a long period of time, you're gonna have to be able to do on lock and pretty much be super comfortable with that trick, just doing it off the end of a ledge. So if you wanna be able to tail slide a ledge for 15 feet, you need to be able to at least tail slide 3 feet every single try, right? You need to be able to get into it, because getting into the trick properly is one of the biggest points of being able to slide and grind your trick far. If you're not getting in properly, then you're not going to be able to get on top, you're not going to be able to hold your balance, and you're not going to be comfortable in that trick. So my biggest tip before we even get started is being able to do the trick properly for a short period of time. You don't want to have to be thinking about getting into the trick while you're thinking about sliding super far. Getting into the trick shouldn't even be a thought, because you should be thinking about, once I get in, the balance and how I'm going to have to be on top of this ledge to be able to take it that far. So make sure you just have all the basic tricks dialed, or at least the tricks dialed that you want to be able to slide and grind far. But before we get into it on the ledge, I just want to take a second and thank one of my newest sponsors to the channel, Epic Water Filters. If you haven't checked out Epic Water Filters yet, go check them out, epicwaterfilters.com, and you can use my code EPICASTA for 20% off of your order. These water bottles are awesome. I've been carrying it with me everywhere, and it's just good peace of mind to know I can fill up wherever and be drinking nice clean water. It's also nice to know that these take out 99.9% of contaminants, and if you want to know exactly what contaminants they take out, or if you want to know more info about the filters themselves, go check out their website. Everything you need to know is listed on their website. It's also nice to know that each filter helps replace 550 plastic water bottles, so it's better for the environment, and we are drinking nice clean water. I love it. Check them out, epicwaterfilters.com. My code is again EPICASTA. I'm gonna go get some warm-ups in, and then I'll see you guys at the ledge. So I'm just gonna go over pretty much all the basic slide tricks and grind tricks. I'll try to explain some and then give you some examples. I'm probably gonna skate the inside of the ledge because the outside of the ledge sucks right now. It's like super sticky. And I'm gonna set up a camera as well, like straight on with the ledge, so you can see the angles I'm coming at, because the angles are a big part of being able to get on top of your trick proper, and that's key in sliding it far. First up, we're just gonna do nose slides. I'm honestly not that great at nose slides. I learned them when I was younger, obviously, but then once I could nollie nose slide, I kind of just did that. Like, I just nollie nose slide all the time now. Let's get over there and we'll get into it. I just go slow at it. You gotta kind of come at like about a board's length away, so that when you ollie onto it, your nose just hits straight onto the ledge. If you come too close, you're gonna go board slide. Come too far away, you're gonna miss. So you wanna come at the perfect distance, kind of ollie, get your nose on top of there. And if you can learn to slide it and actually stop up here, that's perfect for being able to slide long. That means your body weight's over the ledge and you can just go faster and faster and slide further and further. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna creep at it, and we're gonna get nose slide all the way across this thing. Nose slides are honestly really weird for me. To be honest, I don't think I've ever nose slid across that thing. Not only nose slide, stuff like that, but I've never just backside nose slid it, so first timer. Maybe next we'll go over tail slides? Yeah, we'll do tail slides. Tail slides are definitely more, a little bit more tricky. You have to come up at the correct angle to also then shift your weight to on top of the ledge. I always like to come up at a pretty decent angle for frontside tail slides and kind of do more of like a 180 into it. And again, start this going slower and learn to just get on top of it. Try to like land on top and be able to stay on top of the ledge and just stall, and then build up your speed and just keep doing that same thing. And then eventually you got to figure it out with your shoulders. The more you start to slide, it might start to slide and you're gonna want to come out fakie, or you might start to slide and then stick and come out regular. So that's where the balance really comes into. But in the beginning, when learning it, it's all about just making sure you get in and get on top of the ledge. So that's how you kind of want to start it. And again, start on something small, curb or something like that. Just get the stalls down, get more comfortable getting into it. Make sure this thing's waxed up. You don't want to be trying harder than you have to, especially while you're learning. You should be able to slide across the ledge pretty easily. Let's get a tail slide. Another important part about a tail slide is your shoulders. When you're riding up to it and you're having that angle at the ledge, you're gonna wanna wind up your shoulders a little bit to help that 180 turn, and you're gonna wanna pop into the tail slide like as soon as your shoulders get to this open position. So you're gonna ride up, and as soon as they get like here, you're gonna wanna like pop and use your shoulders to get into the tail slide and help get on top and shift your weight to the top of the ledge. So watch my shoulders, watch my upper body. Upper body is just as important as your tail slide and your lower body is for holding the slide. Again, getting into the tail slide should not be the hard part of this. If you're still having a struggle with just tail slides in general or whatever trick you want to do, just get better at the trick first and then build your way up to sliding them and grinding them further. Let's get into the next one. We should do, I think I'm gonna do nose grinds. I'm better at nose grinds. All right, let's get some nose grinds. Backside nose grinds. This one for me, I treat exactly like a nose manual. I do like to come from straight on. It's not really straight from the back. I almost come at the corner. So I come like right here at the corner and I missed. And just try and get my truck right into it like that, and then balance the nose grind. Balance it exactly like you would a nose manual. Easier on an angle iron and stuff like that, obviously, or a marble ledge or something like that. Definitely harder to balance nose grinds on concrete ledges, but totally doable. Just the ledge has to be decent, you know? People also do back nose grinds from the side, obviously. So maybe I'll try and get one of both for you guys. You see how I do it. I find doing nose grinds from the side more difficult. I feel like I can get into the nose grind fine, but just the momentum I have coming from the side, my upper body constantly turns, and it's hard for me to grind it far if I come in from the side on a backside nose grind. That's why I like to do it straight over, because my body's super upright. I don't have that momentum change. I could just get into a nose manual and grind as far as I can. If you can't nose manual, or if you're having a hard time nose manualing, dial those in first before trying to get your nose grinds down, because if you're good at nose manuals, the nose grinds will come super easy to you. It's literally the same thing, especially if you're doing it from the over the back way that I am. I'll try and get a nose grind, and again, start off slow, start off low, and work your way up to be able to do it. So even there, you could see I still, even from coming over the back of it, I still had trouble with keeping my shoulders straight. As I was grinding, I slowly turned backside. Just remember, as you ollie in, to kind of keep your shoulders a little forward, a little straight with the board as much as you can to help you grind further. I had to work for that one. All right, I'm gonna get another one. That was terrible. So I popped out a little bit on the one from the side, but as you can see, like from the side is way more difficult in my opinion. It's way easier to learn coming straight over the corner of the ledge, treating it more like a nose manual. Next up, we're gonna go over frontside nose grinds, and I'm not gonna spend too much time on this one just because it's really just a nose manual, straight up. If you can nose grind the end of a ledge and you're able to just get in and kind of grind like a quick nose grind, and then if you can nose manual, especially on an angle iron ledge, you should be able to just get into the nose grind on top and treat it exactly like you would a nose manual. Pretty similar to the backside nose grind, except for frontside nose grinds, I always do come from the side. I feel like it's just not as natural to come over the back front side as it is to come over the back for a backside nose grind like I did before. I think that's why you just see that less in general. Pretty much everybody who frontside nose grinds just comes at it from the side. And then the trick to holding it longer is obviously being able to have your nose manual down, but also your shoulders, right? So as you get into the nose grind, you might start to turn like you're gonna do a 180 out. Holding the nose grind while you're trying to not turn like that can be very difficult. So it's really your upper body too. Try and keep your shoulders straight with the ledge and literally just nose manual and only keep your head forward. And then nose manual, looking at the end of the ledge, boom. So let's get a frontside nose grind. But as you can see, I was kind of turning a little bit on that one. That's why I came out to the side. I couldn't quite hold it straight off the end. Had to do a better job keeping my shoulders straight. My shoulders were still kind of turning as I made it off the end of the nose grind. I was able to hold strong enough straight with my shoulders to be able to make it off the end before actually having to 180 out. Sometimes you get that 180 out like by accident as a little bonus, but doing a long nose grind, sometimes you know that 180ing out can be easier actually sometimes. But all right, next up, I think we're gonna get into crooked grinds, backside crooked grinds. This one can be hard to learn, especially finding the right pinch spot. Let's get into it. That right there is literally how I would go about trying to learn the crooked grind, or at least getting the feeling of holding a crooked grind. You have to find that pinch spot. If you can ollie up into it and stall there for a second and kind of feel what that feels like, then you should be able to kind of get the feeling of holding that grind. And then you kind of creep your speed up. A lot of these tricks are similar, man. It's all about getting in, right? And getting in and then feeling comfortable within your trick. Go slow, start on something low, find the right pinch groove, learn what that pinch kind of feels like. And then where I like to put my foot for this trick is right below the front bolts. And you're gonna wanna come at like a slight angle, almost the angle of the crooked grind. When your board is in a crooked grind, it's like this. That's kind of the angle you're gonna wanna come up at, so you don't really have to think about turning too much. You kind of just ride up, ollie, straight into that spot. Let's get a crooked grind. And then that's one of the examples where 180ing out ends up being easier after holding your grind for a certain amount of time. I went a little out of order, but the next one we're gonna do is backside tail slide. I wasn't sure if I was gonna do this one just because it feels a little more advanced, but I'm gonna try to cover the backside tail slides anyway in this video just because I enjoy doing backside tail slides, so I wanna do one. For this one, more than any other trick that I've done so far, you have to really learn to throw your weight on top of the ledge. You gotta be so far over this way. So the way I like to go about this one is I creep up at a slight angle, and as I get close to the ledge where I'm about to pop, I give an extra little carve towards the ledge. So it's kind of like I ride up and then I go swoop and then pop in backside. Kind of gives me that extra momentum to carry my weight on top of the ledge. I'll try to get into one slow here for you guys so you know what I'm talking about. Camera's literally in the way. Hold on. So right there you can see I kind of rode up at a slight angle, but right before I'm about to pop, I give an extra little like carve in and then scoop backside. It's almost like an alley-oop type of, it's like an alley-oop type of movement. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's what makes sense in my head. So you ride up like this, slight more carve towards it, and then pop on top, and make sure you throw all your weight on top of the ledge. That's the biggest point. But I feel like that little carve helps so much. It like kind of just pushes you towards the ledge and then you jump on top. Let's get some back tails. Well, you see how when I bailed right there, I was sliding, I stuck, and I bailed on top of the ledge? That's because of how much of my weight is on top of the ledge. And that's how you need to be. Again, once you're sliding, you want to try and keep your eyes always looking at where you're going. You kind of want to keep your shoulders straight and your head looking where you're going. You're looking over your left shoulder as you exhale. So I just came over for a quick water break, and I'm trying to think of a trick to do for you guys that's like a little bit different that I don't usually do, that I could slide long, but that's not the craziest trick in the world. And I landed on kickflip back tail. So I'm gonna try and get a kickflip back tail across the manual pad for you guys. It's funny, nowadays I feel like I do this trick switch more than I do it regular. I don't remember the last time I did it regular across the manual pad, so we'll see how it goes, and I'll see you guys back over here in a second, hopefully. We got it. We got the kickflip back tail. It didn't take as long as I thought it was going to take, but there was some sketchy goes. There was one I almost slipped out onto my face. I was able to catch myself. There was one, the first one that I did, I didn't really like it. I felt like I was kind of struggling and popped out a little bit early just because I didn't have much control over it. The one to fakie was just sliding so nice. Like I said, when you hold slides and grinds long, sometimes your shoulders might be turning one way or another. My shoulders just guided me to go to fakie. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to ride it out. Because sometimes going to fakie on tail slides, you can actually get an extra couple inches of slide by using that momentum fakie, actually slide a little bit further. That one felt pretty nice. Excited I did it. Glad it didn't take too long, and glad I didn't fall on my face. That would have sucked. Obviously, I didn't cover every single trick in this video that you can slide and grind long, so if there's more tricks that you guys want to see, please leave a comment below, and maybe I'll do a part 2 to this video, and we can go over more tricks. Or if you want to see the same kind of video on like a flat bar or something like that, about flat bar tricks, like Smith grinds, feebles, stuff like that, leave a comment below. Let me know if you guys want to see something like that. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace, yo.